Yes,
See.
that's me.
You are not on the. If there is some scale of this, you are not so like advanced in this, probably. You know, like.
I agree.
You know a player
Look at
whose
this.
name is Avilo? Avilo.
Of course,
He's like very controversial. I would say that he applies for this like very strongly. Like 10 out of 10.
Yes, he's a out of 10 he's a 10.
Probably 9 out of 10, but he is.
Yeah. He's a very bad mannered person. All right, look at this. I'll give myself combat shield. This is Stim. Can you see my screen well?
Yeah, perfect. Now it's absolutely perfect.
Okay, so he attacks, and look. So if I run away, you can see that he can't catch me. You see?
Yes.
This is outside the creep.
And can you afford like to stutter step or no? It's not possible because you just have to run.
You do, but you gotta get distance and then shoot, and then shoot, and then get distance again. Oh God, he's gonna connect. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because like at the Marine move speed now is. Oh Jesus Christ! Let's do the math. 3.15 plus 1.57, so 4.72. Yes, Banelings are 4.13. So we are around 60, 0.60 more, around 62, right? 0.62 more faster. Exactly. Now there's a problem, which is that Zergs get faster in creep, right?
And regeneration of life, I think, also like hit points, don't they? Or faster regeneration. I don't know if they regenerate outside creep.
No.
Or only on
creep. No. They regenerate in or outside, both.
Both.
The only difference is that inside creep they have vision if they have tumors. So if I kill this tumor here, he's not gonna have vision of here because what gives vision for him is the tumors. But tumors are invisible. You need to scan to kill it, right?
Yes.
So in this case, I'm sorry, I have to get more creep here because this is not a good example. More creep. All right. Good enough. I watch this. If now he tries to catch me, and I try to run away, you see, he's slightly faster than I am, and I can't run away from him inside the creep. See?
Yes.
Very foundational. So this is why when you see the pros playing, they always see the siege tanks on the edge of the creep, because if the Marines needs to run, they can get outside of the creeping time and then not get destroyed by the Banelings. In other words, outside creep, make sure you kite and run away. Let the siege tank do the job. Keep doing this, right? And inside the creep, that takes a lot of skill, but not too hard. Which is, you don't need too much splitting versus this. Let me give him a little bit more Zerglings. Yes, something like this. Inside the creep, like we have right here, ideally, what you need to do is, once he attacks you, you need to move the Marines to the backside of the siege tank, and then select just the siege tanks and focus fire on the middle of the Banelings. So it looks something like this.
It's very practical to know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think,
but it happens really quickly.
Yeah, he has even more army value, didn't he? I think.
Yeah. Look, he has more. Yes.
It's similar, but
slightly. Yes, it's likely, right? So it's especially if you do this technique outside the creep. Look, this is very interesting for you to know. Let's say. God damn, the script gotta go away. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna save this position. So if he just attack and I just Stim. I'm not gonna do anything special here, right? I'm just gonna let it happen. This is the result. Yes. Now, when he attacked me, I fall to the backside, and I focus fire now. I can have, even though I lost 3 more siege things, I have many more Marines left alive.
Yeah.
And the critical piece of this technique, and like if you look at the pros, what they generally do is whenever the Zerg is attacking, they shoot, then they run, shoot, and then now just trade. And now this is the best outcome you're gonna have, right? Lots of siege tanks, lots of Marines left alive. If I don't do the focus fire, if I just Stim and then let it happen, not very good outcome.
No.
Right? Even though there was left alive there, I would have to unsiege to kill him. Yes. So, in simple terms, if you wanna beat a Zerg that has Banelings, you need to focus fire the siege tank on the Banelings. Now there's a trick. Yes, there's a trick that you can leave Marines at the backside here. You just leave a small squad to force him to attack you. And then once he comes to attack you, you focus fire.
Wow.
And just let it happen. Yeah.
And the
also,
best outcome again.
Best outcome. Exactly. So without focus fire on the Banelings, big problem. Because if whenever the Zergs attack, the Zerglings, he's surrounding us. If I don't focus fire the Banelings, not only I cause a lot of friend fire on my Marines, because siege tanks are going to be shooting everywhere here, and this is going to come back to the Marines.
Yeah, friendly fire.
Also, I don't kill the critical units that I need to kill, which is the Banelings. If you look here, if I would get a situation that I have let's give this a little less number. 2,000 resources on minerals, or 2,000 minerals on Marines, and 2,000 on Zerglings. Look at this. You can see that Zergling is no match. I could increase this. Let's give the Zerg 500 more resources. That's a lot of Zerglings versus this amount of Marines, isn't it?
It is.
Look at that. What do you think? Who's gonna win this, Peter?
Probably still Marines, but very closely.
Yeah. Oh God! No. We lost.
But it's Marines. At least the Marine value was lower than the Zergling value lost.
Exactly. So usually Marines versus Zerglings trades very equally, except late game, because if you give the Zerglings now adrenal glands, which makes them attack 40% faster. Look at this. I still think that in this case Marine wins, but just to make sure, like in this case, the Zerglings they chew really quickly. Yeah, was not even close compared to what we had previously, right? We had many more Marines left alive. Yes, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. So overall, the most important element is killing the splash units from the Zergs as quickly as you can. With starting, of course, with the Banelings. You take out the Banelings, you win all the battles against Zergs. If I had like a 4,000 minerals against, say, 6,000 Zerglings,
I guess that more the numbers of bows, more amount of bows, so Marines are better and better, aren't they? Because of the surface area.
Exactly. You've nailed it. Yes. Because all Marines can shoot, while the Zerglings
cannot bite.
Cannot shoot simultaneously. Exactly. And then, as you can see, it becomes exponential, right? The more Marines, the more Zerglings they can beat. And of course, if we get, and this is interesting, which is if we get 500 resources against 500 Zerglings, who do you think wins here? In this case?
This can be close. Probably Zerg. I don't know.
No. Look. Right? It's like a puzzling, right? Because how this can be equal? It goes back to the surface problem that we spoke about, right? The bigger the blob of Marines, the better and more efficient. Because by the way, Peter, this also applies against Protoss. Same thing.
Against
Chargelots.
Zealots.
Yes. It's the same. Exactly. Now, I like to teach you a technique against Colossus. Like, do you struggle against Colossus?
Yes, Colossus is an unpleasant unit, for sure. Against like infantry.
Okay. Good. I show you a technique. Very simple, but very powerful. It goes something like this. Give him like this. So we give ourselves a nice amount of Marauders. Resources wise, this looks okay, right? Would you agree with me?
Yeah, because Protoss is much more in gas, so it's equal. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. The Protoss is still much more expensive than the bio.
Gas.
But yes, exactly. But still, so the major mistake a lot of people do, especially in yeah. There's a few things that they do, which is, Marines have less range than Marauders, right? Marauder has 6 range, Marine has 5. So this means that Marines will have a tendency to get ahead of all the units. So if we put the situation in which we just fight Marines on the front, let's see the outcome. Yes. So there's that. Somehow close,
yeah.
Right?
Somehow not so.
Yeah, not too bad, right?
Yeah, because the
But
Marauders
13
are so strong.
Exactly, they are super strong. Now, this is like 13 units left remaining, right? If we change this position, just by doing this.
For tanking, like Marauders will tank the damage.
Exactly, but there's a catch, and that's what I want to show you. Let's just let them battle. No special technique is gonna be applied here. Yeah, just let it happen.
Looks worse. I thought it's worse, but it's not. It's better.
No, it's a little. It's equal. It's more or less equal. Yeah. Because before we had much more Marauders left alive. But here's the catch. To make this even more effective, which is, in order to make this technique work really well, you need to move the Marauders forward together with the Marines, right? So this means that the Marauders will be taking the shots, because here's the catch. A Marauder, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots to kill a Marauder. Yes, it's actually 6, because he's gonna have Stim. Marauders takes more damage from the Stim pack than does the Marines, right?
I didn't know before.
Yeah, Marauders takes 20, Marines takes 10. So Marauders get much more hurt. So 6 shots. Okay, now Marines. 1, 2 shots. So it's critical that Marauder stays on the front. Here's the catch, as I was saying before. If I attack here and I just let it happen, you can see that because Marines have lesser range than Marauders, they will have a tendency. To go forward, right? So right now Marines are crazy. They're just trying to get into range, walking up and down here. You see all the guys trying to walk up and down, and they're not being able to reach the Protoss army. Yes. So what we do is we let the Marauders get closer together with the Marines, and then we do small pullbacks with the Marines, like I'm doing right here. And then, of course, move the Marauders forward. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Right? So if you look at the pros, what you're gonna mostly likely see is something like this. Let me give you a better composition that's gonna give more clarity for this. So for example, Chargelots and did I give him? Yeah, I gave him charge. Yeah. So if he attacks me now, as I said, in this case, I can just let it happen because the Marines are shooting who? The Chargelots first, because the Chargelots are getting into our range. So I don't need to do much. But once the Chargelots dies, the Marines now are going to try to move forward to get into range. Is that correct?
Yes, so you move the Marauders to the front. No, you
Exactly. Exactly. So everybody must stay on attack stance. Marauders move forward. And now the game AI will I don't know if you know this, but like, do you know, for example, let's say that this Marauder is shooting something, and let's say he's shooting a Chargelot, and then this Chargelot dies. Who's gonna be his next target? It's actually not random. It's the closest to him.
So
whoever is closest.
Chargelots.
Yeah, the next if there is a Chargelot alive, of course, right? So because of this, the same thing applies to Colossus. If I move all the Marauders close to him, the Colossus will keep shooting the Marauders, forcing the Protoss to focus fire the Marines. But as I was showing you, if we are in such situation that we are fighting like this, and he tries to focus fire my Marines, right? The problem is now that they're gonna get shredded anyways due to the DPS from the Marauders. So they will lose in both scenarios. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, yes. It's...
Now I like to show you something. Look at the ridiculous difference between Marines on the front. This is Marines on the front.
Oh, doesn't look so good because Marines are dead at this moment already.
Yes. And then Marauders are gonna beat the Protoss now. Yes. So there's this outcome. Yes. Now let's change this to be Marauders on the front and Marines in the backside. And again, I'm not gonna do much here. I'm just gonna attack and stim and let it happen. So as I said, I'm not applying any type of micro here, right? I just let it happen. So between those two, which one would you pick and why?
I would probably pick this one, the second possibility, because
yes,
I have more firepower. For example, I can quicker damage if I am close to his nexus, the mineral line, let's say, or I can do more damage with this if he didn't replenish his army.
Exactly. Now there's a foundational technique, and this is also applied against siege tanks that I'm going to show you here. This is very critical, which is whenever I start attacking, at this moment I don't move Marauders forward because they are already ahead, and Chargelots are getting inside the range of the Marines, so the Marines are not going to move forward. Marines only needs to be microed versus ranged units, because now they're gonna tend to try to get ahead of the Marauders, and that's when it becomes a problem. Now, if you look here, the moment all the Chargelots dies, which is the same technique that I was speaking about moving the Marauders forward, instead of moving all the Marauders forward, I get small clusters of units and move them forward like this. Like really small clusters, you know? And then I can this is usually gonna give your best outcome. And this technique right here is the same technique applied against siege tanks. Would you think that if I had, let's say, 50 Marines versus 8 siege tanks. And by the way, all those siege tanks are already sieged up. Do you think the Marines have a chance to beat this?
I thought no.
What do you think?
I think if you are showing, so probably yes.
Yeah, I'm dropping the traps for you, laying the traps. Look, this is just Stim. Let it happen, right? No micro applied, right? No micro. Yes. Now what I can do is I position a few Marines on the front, split it apart like this, right? Yes, and then now I go and attack and Stim, and of course always attack on the backside. There's a technique about why I attack really on the do you know what's the difference between attacking here and attacking here?
I'm not sure. I think that they will, if they destroy their target, in the case they are attacking behind, so they proceed more. But I'm not sure.
Yes, that's one difference. But there's one more. If I attack here, the angle of my units are gonna close like a pizza here, like this.
So they will clump together. This is the problem.
Yes.
They will clump.
If I attack here, the angle is much more open, and they stay in an open position.
I understand. They are more separated from each other, even in the latest stage of the attack.
Exactly. So you probably see pros doing some movement like this. They do something like this. That's what they do. They click really on the farthest place and press stop. Move and press stop. Right? So the same technique I apply here because I want to be splitted so I don't get shot. So if I just split like this, and I'm not gonna do any other micro, I just did this position previously of engaging, and then now it just happens. Let it happen. Let's see the outcome. Slightly better, yes. Now, what Eager Master do, and it's very similar to the Protoss, is we attack, we Stim, and I'm gonna pause here to show you, is that once we start getting closer, I send 1 or 2 or 5 Marines walking forward, just so they can start taking the shots, while all my rest of Marines takes the rest.
Wow.
It's amazing, isn't it? Right?
Difference. A huge difference.
Amazing. Yes. So this is why you're supposed to attack Stim, and then already start selecting Marines and then sending them forward. So you gotta do this in a really quick manner to make it work. Some slightly splitting. In a sense, it's the same thing against Colossus. But remember, Peter, you only apply this technique going forward against Colossus once all the Chargelots are dead, right?
Yes.
Only against pure ranged units. And of course, against siege tanks, as I showed you, you attack Stim, and then you can just start getting small cluster of Marines and just send them forward little by little.
Oh, perfect.
Just little by little like this, yeah.
Because they will
amazing
waste the
difference
shots on like individual Marines. This is a trick.
Exactly. Exactly. Because you know that the game, for example, you know, do you know how the Starcraft formation becomes what it becomes? Do you know what I mean? Like the units start shooting, and how they naturally form a formation, right? Do you know how and why?
Oh, I'm not sure. Like it's like difference from the Starcraft 1, no? That probably there is like better pathing or something like in this game, but I don't know why exactly is it.
Right, look, I attack. What the AI of the game now, the programming does is the units on the backside start walking up and down, kind of randomly, looking for a path to shoot. So you can see that they're gonna form like a concave like this. Look,
concave
you see that they are walking
for maximum damage, right? It's
exactly. But you see this Marine, for example, here.
like
you have some. Yeah, he was lost. So basically, the Marines on the backside keep doing something like this
which is
until they find a spot. Yeah, Yeah.
So you want to
exactly.
make like passages for them, also.
Exactly. Exactly. You nailed it. Yeah. And this is why position formation is so important. You can slice in 3 pieces. For example, slice this, send down, slice here, send up, and now you just attack. And now they will have empty space in between, so meaning they will form the concave much faster. You see that? Of course, you're always gonna have it stuck on the backside, but it's part of it, right? It's like you're never gonna have a perfect. And by the way, if you're fighting against a real army, once you start forming the position like this, the units here are most likely gonna die. One here or here, randomly units on the front, the front row is gonna start to die. So new units are gonna get. So this guy first. So for example, those guys here move forward. They dead. So now other Marines are gonna fill the holes. Yeah. You got it.
Perfect. Thank you.